Alright, we are going to be going over a tier list of character strength in the context of solo queue, not tournament, because I think solo queue is much more useful for the average person looking at tier list. Majority of people aren't playing tourney. I do think it makes a lot of differences because, like, for example, Abigail does a lot better in solo queue than she does in tournament. But yeah, we'll be doing a quick, beautiful Season 4 tier list. I think we should have enough knowledge by now to make a decently accurate one. But yeah, it's just that easy. Solo queue! I don't have to mark anything. First, we have beautiful Soldier Shoichi. I'm pretty sure this character, if you guys looked at his stats, he looks like the worst character in the game right now. I won't throw him in D tier because he doesn't make sense in D tier, I think. I mean, you could probably throw his ass in D tier, but he'll definitely get buffed back up. But I think right now this character, like, if you go over to his stats, this character is the only single-digit win rate in the entire game. Like, obviously he's really good when he's strong, but this character, legit, yeah, we're throwing him in D tier. This character, I think, he'll probably get buffed back and he'll be good again, but right now I think this character is horrible. Next! And I think assassins in general, also have like Kathy, just don't do that well right now. Camillo! I think this is the bog standard average bruiser. I don't think he's the best bruiser, I don't think he's the worst bruiser. He's probably just the face of B tier. I think he's fine. I think his stats are also average. I don't think he's okay. His chase is pretty good, his stats are actually pretty solid, but I don't think I'd put Camillo in A tier. He's just fine. Good bruiser, good engage, or decent engage, can force fights, self-sustain, etc. But not insane. Chloe, I'm pretty sure this character is broken, either A or S tier. In the context of ADCs, I don't know if you would put her above Rio, but I'm pretty sure this Chloe character, if you watch Fauna play at all, this character looks fucking insane. She does so much fucking... She looks like she does Martina damage, but with Tryndamere ult and Nina. I mean, probably just throw her in S tier, I'm pretty sure. This character, I think, is bonkers. Let me look at her stats. I might... Hold on. It does feel a bit weird. I don't know if anyone else in Korea is doing that well on her besides Fauna. But no, yeah, I am pushing her to an S tier. I think she's like top 2 ADC with like Rio probably. Next, Daniel, another assassin struggling. I don't think he's bad. Shoji, he's decent. I don't think he's that great. I think he struggles a lot with I think he's a very hard to balance character, and I think right now he's not doing enough damage to make him viable. I think he's just worse than Kathy. We can throw him in C tier. I don't think he's as bad as Shoichi right now, but yeah, I don't think he's that great. C tier. Thank you, Polty. Also, wait, do I not have chat on my screen? Oh shit, hold up. Okay, there you go. That was half the fucking... Next, Nathapon! I think... It's hard to rate this character. He looks solid with Stellar Charge. He's by far the best abuser of Stellar Charge. I don't think anyone in Korea is really playing him that much, though. I don't even know if I put him in A tier right now, but he's like by far the best user of Stellar Charge. If he like gets him a breakpoint for 2 rotations. But like, if you guys look at the Carol ladder, they really are not that many Nathapon pilots out right now. You guys are scarred by Wokes. Like not like if Nathapon was S tier, then One Circle would play him, but he doesn't play him. Like, why would if you really think Nathapon is S tier, why is One Circle not playing him? And there's not a single Nathapon in top 100 Korea. Yeah, I'm not getting very much for it. This guy, I think he's just A tier. He's fine. He's good. He's the best user of Stellar Charge. He's solid. I think you could even argue for B tier. Just know what he's S tier. Yeah, I think a legit argument in B tier. Like, what are his like his stats are okay. He has 0 pilots in top 100. No, his stats aren't even that good. I'm pretty sure you can put this character B tier and it'd be fine. Like, I think he just doesn't do as much as the other mages right now. Alright, next, Aiden. Aiden, not that good. Probably C tier. Struggles with identity. He's a bruiser with not much CC. Not really much of a clear goal. Kind of wants to jump in backline. Very hard to play. Don't really have any pilots in top 100. And he's just easy C tier. I don't think he's that good right now. There's a lot. Not really worth the effort to learn a lot of the time. I don't think he's horrible, but like, yeah, I don't think he's great right now. Laura, this character looks S tier as fuck. Maybe argue Adrian, but if you look, Laura's stats are insane. And there's also 10,000 pilots in Korea right now. I think, fortunately in NA, we don't really have any pilots for Laura, so it's hard to say. But this character looks very broken right now. She is like, I think by far the most represented in top 100 right now. And I think she would be Ironclad really good, so she's definitely really good right now. Like, again, from the context of a new player though, I think tier list is like much more important you play who you find fun. And characters like Laura, like even though she's broken, it's gonna, like, as a new player, you're probably not gonna do well on her for a long time. Alright, next, Tia. Hi, Gabuchan, thank you for follow. Or thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Tia, pretty standard mage. I don't think she's as good as some of the other mages right now. Like, I think Adriana Hayes probably cleared her by a lot. She's okay though. I don't think she's even has that many pilots in top 100, but she's really not bad. I'd probably just B tier. I think she was really strong during preseason, but after all the amp stuff, all amp items and all that nerfs, she's much more in line, and I think she's like average right now. She's fine. Same with Nathapon. Poisson, you're plat for life. You had a 3-stack with Kyra to get out. Don't talk to me. Felix next. Felix, I think very similar to... What's it called? Very similar to Camilo. I think he's just an average bruiser right now. Congratulations on hitting plat. I think he is just an okay bruiser right now. Same with Camilo. Not good, not bad. I think he's not as good as some of the top tier bruisers like, say, Isaac right now. Not Camilo, but I think he's like okay. I don't put him A tier, I think, but he's definitely good. Shut the fuck up, Griff. I think, I mean, you just straight up look at it, I think compare him to like Isaac or like Kenneth or like Damar maybe. Like, I think Damar's better than him. I don't think he's as good as like some of the other bruisers available. Next, Elena. I think Elena's stats actually looked quite good right now. Like I think her stats are unironically pretty solid. She's okay. I think tanks in general are quite strong right now. I think out of the tanks, Elena's not that great compared to some of the other ones, but she's definitely fine. She's, especially for solo queue when you want to do a bit more damage on the tanks, she's fine. She punishes mispositioning pretty hard, but I don't think she's as good as all the other tanks. Like, I don't think you can put every tank in A tier, and I think she's like worse than enough tanks to justify B tier. Pull to your dog. Like legit, here, count the Elena players for me. Actually, there's one Elena player. And then her stats, I don't even think are that insane right now. I think she's just worse than some of the other tanks. They're pretty solid, but high pick rate, low everything else. She's fine. I think she's worse than some of the other tanks. But B tier's fine. She's definitely like top of B tier. You can argue for A tier. Priya, she's okay. I think she's just average, just default support. She's just another B. She's B tier. There's not too much special about Priya. I think she's one of the best anti-dive in the game. But like into certain comps, she just does not feel like she provides as much value. Especially if you're like in a solo queue context, she needs certain comps. I think she's not that good. But she's definitely solid. She's definitely not C tier. She is still like close to the best anti-dive in the entire game because of how much damage reduction she gets on her ult and is screen wide. Next, Adina. You're gonna make an argument for B or A tier. I think I personally put her in B tier. I think it's hard to put Adina in A tier because she's carried by one pilot on Korea. The Adina guy is like by far the like main good Adina on Korea. He does insane on her, but everyone else kind of struggles a bit. I think once again, I think she's good. I don't think she's as good as some of the other mages, but she's definitely really good. I essentially just put Nathapon Tia. It's just very hard to play and not that many great pods for her because she requires so much. Next, Marcus. Same idea with Elena. I think he's a fine tank, so really good at, especially in Soloy. He can find picks pretty well, but other than that, I think he's outclassed by some of the other tanks in the game right now. He's okay though, especially in solo queue. You can find a lot of angles with his ult. A lot of people will overstep and just get hit by the burger flip, and you'll instantly win the fight off it. Next, Carla. This Carla character is easy A tier. You can argue for us. There's infinite Carla players in Korea right now. She's similar to Laura, where as a new player, I wouldn't really recommend you to pick up Carla, but she's definitely insane right now. She's still played a bunch in Korea. Her stats are really good. She tries one circle plays her a bunch. I think she's just a very solid, very good character. Reveille plays as well. She just does a lot. Like I said, she's one of the harder characters, like top 10 hardest characters in the game. So as a new player, I'd probably steer away, but she's very, very good right now. She just once playing with prayer, she's just so it's impossible to like into a good Carla. It's like almost impossible to get on top of for a lot of the time. But easy A tier. I don't think she's S tier right now, but you can maybe argue for it. Next, Estelle. This is just easy default S tier. I think Estelle is the best tank in the entire game. It's not even close. Her stats are insane. She's just, I think, like you maybe argue Lennox for solo queue, but I think Estelle just does so much. I feel like this Lennox has, feel like Estelle has been A S tier her entire lifespan in squads. Right, this character is just insane right now. Cross screen dash, infinite utility, AoE defense, Braum shield, infinite damage reduction, fucking Galio ult in squads. She just extremely overtuned, overkitted tank. Very, very good. I think, and almost inarguably best tank in the game right now. So easy S tier. Next, Yon. I think Yon is just, he's just similar to, I feel like a lot of these bruisers just are like okay. I think Yon, Camilo, Felix, I think they're all fine. They all do the same job. They all do it okay. I don't think any of them are extremely broken right now. I think they all fulfill pretty similar roles and do it okay. I think Pilo, on the other hand, though, this guy, I think he does the bruiser role a lot better. His access to backline, he doesn't even need flash half the time. His kit is really, really good. I think he can put Pilo in A tier. I think this character is quite good right now. And he's doing quite well in Korea as well. I think Pilo is quite good. He doesn't even run flash half the time. Like most of these backlines, like they like legit need flash to get on backline. I think Pilo does the job very well. Martina, I think this character, her pick rate is still low as fuck, but she is definitely still really good since she hasn't gotten any changes since preseason. Her stats are good, it's just she's low pick rate. This character is definitely still insane. I don't think you put her S tier, but she's an easy A tier, I think. I think she just slept on. A lot of people don't really like her playstyle, so she's underplayed, but if you do play her, I think she's very, very insane right now. I do think she probably falls short. I think you could probably, I think Chloe, like she does more damage than Chloe, but I think Chloe's infinitely safer. And I think Rio's also just better than her right now, but she's definitely like easy A tier. Hayes! Hayes is probably close to the best mage in the game. Probably just put her, you can probably put her in A or S tier. You can probably just throw her in S tier. We don't want S tier to be too big, but I think she's currently the most played character in the game, right? Or second most played. I think she's, her stats, her rest of her stats are okay, but her pick rate's already insane. Her pick rate's always high, but I think she is one of the best mages in the game. I think in terms of we're talking about who we think the best mages is, like Hayes is in the conversation. I think Adrian is really broken right now. Like who else would you like put as best mage right now? I think her stats are decent though. Honestly, we can put her A tier you want. But you can also look at, I mean, one circle is playing her, and one circle can play any mage in the game. So I think Hayes is very good. Probably just throw her in A tier for now, but she's easy S tier. She's very far range, very self-reliant, good self-peel, good range, good at close range, good burst, very flexible. Isaac, I think A tier. I think he's one of the best bruisers in the game right now. I think he is just overstated. He does so much damage. Not only that, I don't think his kit is that much better than like some of the other bruisers down here, like a Camilo, a Felix, or a Yan. I just think his stats and his damage numbers are just, even after the nerfs. He got nerfed the recent patch, but he is still insane. He has infinite damage. Really good pick potential with his pull. Can legit pull on a backline just instant wins the fight. He can take like once infinite backline is just 100 to 0. Next, Tasia. Like, oh, it's an NA tier. Let's just throw her in D tier. Even in career, she's not played that much once she's not playing her, but he's definitely average. There's a couple, I think her stats are actually quite good right now. Ibram, solid, very flexible. I think she's just B tier. I think she's average. I think she's a very flexible character. She's works good in poke comps, has good engage. I don't think she's like A tier plus. I think she's just fine right now. She was played to the winning team in ERM last season. Did well on her. I don't think she got that many changes. She's still definitely solid. She's very flexible, can play well in a poke comp, can follow up well, etc. Just standard mage. I don't think she's as good as like Hayes or like or a Carla right now, but she's definitely good. Ava, I think Ava is struggling a little bit now. I don't think I would put Ava in C tier though. Definitely followed up popularity a bit. I think she's just too. A lot of characters just suffer from being too simple. It's very hard for like a super simple character to be good, and Ava's pretty like standard. She doesn't have, not very self-reliant. Definitely needs a team to peel her compared to a Hayes or a Carla. Like Hayes doesn't even, like a lot of times Hayes or Carla doesn't even really need a team to peel them. They have so many self-peel tools, but Ava doesn't really have too much to help herself. Next, Jenny. I think this character is ass right now, right? I don't think anyone's playing Jenny. Yeah, she's ass. If you want to be tossing a throw in D tier, but I don't think she's D tier. She's fallen out of favor. I don't think anyone's playing her right now. She's just not that good, I think. Doesn't provide enough to, like, compared to some of the other characters, especially other mages. Johan, you can probably throw this kid in D tier. Don't even think about it. Especially for a solo queue tier list, just don't play Johan. Like, don't know. I mean, his YOLO key, is he top 10 win rate? Maybe Johan's broken. Well, this is just bad stats. You can we won't put him in D tier. We put him in C tier. But I think in a solo queue context, you will not put this guy. I don't think he's that great. But I don't even look at stats with a 0.7% pick rate. Bianca, I think this character is really good in dive. I think she's okay right now. I don't think she's getting played that much. But she's always a staple of any dive comp. Like almost every character team that runs dive. It's kind of hard because we haven't had any turns this season, so she's changed a bit. And she's definitely at least B tier. I don't know if I'd put her in A tier though. But she's like insane in dive. Like most Korean dive comps, like running a Bianca. She has such good guaranteed damage into like even backline. So I'm not sure after the alt range nurse, maybe she's not as good. I'll probably just put her in B tier. Put Rosie in D tier now. Yeah, it is very, like, it might be possible. I'll probably just throw in B tier for now. But she's definitely, like, look out for, you can even argue for her A tier. She's just such a staple in dive comps a lot of the time. Celine, despite pretty big buffs, I don't think Celine is actually doing that well right now. One circle's still not playing it, most players. I think she's fine. She's just average. She has short range mage, which is a really big downside. But the trade-off is she just does infinite, like, she probably has, like, DPS-wise, she's probably one of the highest DPS mages in the entire game. Which is just, I don't think many people are playing it right now. I don't think she lives up. Like, I don't think she just. As I think the other mages are so good right now. It's like hard to compare to like a Carla K's right now. No one's really playing her in Korea. Once was not playing her. I think Celine's just okay. Not insane. Not bad. Ekion, tank, B tier tank. Similar to, where's the other tank? Similar to Elena and Marcus. either very unique one where he just has like very little CC of any CC at all, but the trade-off for the CC is he does decent damage and mainly his mobility is like, even like outside of the tank role, he has some of the most insane mobility in the game. But he's fine. He's average. I wouldn't put him A or C tier. He's just fine. Yeah, very tanky versus mages, but I don't think he's A tier. You can put her in A or S tier. Mai is very similar to Estelle. Extremely overloaded kit for tanks. Like, how to even like double dash, insane damage reduction, best ult, like utility ult in the entire game, arguably S tier chess pieces for every character in the game. I think maybe especially in solo, you can put her in A tier. Like, would you put Mai or Lennox? Like, I think Estelle's always S tier. Would you put Mai or Lennox in S? Like, would you put Mai or Lennox above each other? I would just do Lennox at the same time. Lennox is very similar. She's a bit of a unique tank, especially in solo queue. I think she's like close to the highest damage tank in the game, and especially in solo queue, you want to do a bit more damage and help your team a bit more. Lennox can be very good at that. I don't think Lennox is either. Like, Lennox is like top 3 tanks in the game, I think. But you can probably put Mai above Lennox. Purely in solo queue, I think Lennox is really good, mainly due to the fact that she does like a bunch of damage. But I think mine is solid. These characters have been A and S tier their entire, like the last 3 seasons. They will continue to be good unless they rework their kits. They're so overloaded. Adriana, I think, is arguable for best mage in the game right now. If you guys haven't kept up, this is another character where if we just did looking at NA without looking at Korea natural good pilots, we would be completely lost on Adriana. But this Adriana character is looking insanely good right now in Korea. There's a bunch of people playing it. I think she's really good. Inbuilt armor shred still is, especially with new season. Jimmy's not playing the game enough. Especially a new season with armor shred stacking, she just provides so much for the team. Very, very popular right now. I think she's easy H0. Probably arguable for best mage between these 3. Next, Aya. We should go by fast. It's gonna take too long. Aya suffers similar to some of the other characters we listed. Like, where was it? Like maybe Yahamru, where I think she's too simple. I think her simplicity makes it very hard for her to be good. I think she's fine though. I think pistol and sniper are okay. AR, even AR is fine right now. Just average. I think she's just held back by the simplicity of her kit. Jukai, probably just A tier. One of the better tanks. So similar to Lennox, has very decent damage, food, very insane utility. His W is legit a get out of free card for your teammates. Like, even if your teammate mispositions, if you get a Jukai W on them before they get bursted, it's just so much damage reduction and healing. But I think Jukai is pretty self-explanatory. Very, very good tank. Lots of utility, good damage, good everything. So Scylla actually picked up a lot last season, despite not seeing, like, in NA not rating her too highly, I think, because JT didn't even play her in tournament. But in ERM, so Scylla was pretty much pick or ban half the games. Like, she was just rotating with Haze. I think the character's very good. I think she did get a bit worse this season, but I think she's easy A tier. I think just as a mage, especially in solo queue, I think the pick potential on her pool is just invaluable. And she's also very simple to play. You can play from a very safe range. I think Scylla's good. Chiara! I think Chiara is normally not that great, but I think right now she is just overstated right now. She's very useful, very annoying, especially in solo queue. She has such a simple game plan, makes her very good. All you have to do is just like repair scaling and making space, toteming. I think she's solid, very good bruiser. Probably just throw an A tier. Very simple game plan, does it efficiently. Not much else to talk about there. Sylvia! Sylvia. I think she's easy A tier right now. She's very good. I think she benefited a lot from all the new amp items. She uses them pretty well. Especially in a solo queue environment, I think she can, like, her base strength is she snowballs really well. I think she's one of the best snowballs in the entire game. I think, like, who has better chase than Sylvia? She's probably close to best chase in the game. Her main downsides are she has less range than other mages and less damage. Like, you compare her to Haze, Adriana, Scylla. You legit have half of these characters' ranges, but she makes up for this with, like, mobility, snowball potential, etc. I think she's good right now. Someone's doing well with her in career right now. I think she benefits a lot from the other items. Yeah, it's solo queue. But I think Sylvia's pretty solid right now, especially for a solo queue environment. It's a very safe pick, I think. Emma! I think Emma, she felt like she was doing really well at the start of the season. I think right now Scarlet Sister is the only one still playing her. Thank you, XFLX, for the follow. I think, yeah, I don't think anyone besides Scarlet Sisters is playing her anymore. I think she's fine. I don't think I'd put her A tier with, like, Carla. I don't think I'd put her A tier with Adriana, Haze, Scylla, Carla, but she's definitely still good. They're going to weird sports watch build. I think she's definitely good, but I just don't think she's as good as some of the other mages. No one's really playing her in Korea outside the one guy, and even he's not even doing that good anymore. And then obviously NA self-explanatory. We normally have active good ML players, like super good ML players. Rozzy, I think Rozzy is an easy A tier ADC. I don't think there's much argument for it. She is another character that benefited a lot similar to Adria. You have to have armor pen stack. She just shreds through tanks, and tanks being very good. Razi serves as a good answer. Not supposed to say. She's just shorter range than some of the AD carries, but she has really good mobility, really good outplay potential, complex kit, etc. She's just very good ADC. I wouldn't put her like in the same tier as the S tier ADCs, but she's just very good. Luke, I think this guy's gone 15 buffs in a row. I think he is still just an average B tier. He's similar to like what the same complaints you have for Abigail, where he's just a like in solo queue you can get away with it a bit more, but even then I don't think I put him as good as some of the others. He's just a melee bruiser without any real CC, which makes him hard to like be viable in a lot of fights. He's kind of just there as like a sponge with decent damage as a bruiser. He's definitely not bad. He's gotten so many buffs, but I would not put him A tier right now. He's just fine in B tier. Kathy, Kathy is like the only good. Kathy, I think, is the only good assassin in the entire game right now. I think she single-handedly carries the fucking role right now. She's very, very good, very popular. She's played a lot in Korea. Insane escape, very hard to catch, good at ratting. Can like her E is strong enough to turn the entire fight. Yeah, but I think Abigail's only good not because of her kit, because of her numbers, and she's abusing the chest piece. It's a bit different. But yeah, I think Kathy's insane. Revenant's really strong right now. Kathy's really good, extremely viable. Like search returns entire fights, very good. Abuses new items, etc. Adela, I think she's just an average mage. She's not played at all right now in Korea. I think just compared to other mages, she's just way less consistent. Even the best players, it's hard to land stuff like Queen consistently. Like Dior's not playing. I don't think anyone's even playing Adela in Korea. But when she does land her skill shots, she is very, very good. Best person in the entire game, etc. She's definitely not bad, but I don't think she's the same tier as the top tier mages right now. Hyunwoo, probably easy C tier. This character is way too simplistic to ever be good. His game plan is way too straightforward, and even then he doesn't do it that well. He's just like, I think Hyunwoo is self-explanatory. I don't think he's that great. I don't think you ever really see him in like the highest elos. He's okay, but yeah, not dealing with it. I don't think he's that good. Bernice, I think, is after he got gutted last season. I don't think he's recovered since. He's okay. Main upside, I think, I just throw him in B tier. His main upside is his ult is such a powerful tool in a lot of comps. It's just guaranteed lockdown a lot of the time because the ult's so fast, despite what players like Weezy would like you to believe. His ult should land more than it should miss. We don't rate Dagger Kathy. Just shut up, Weezy. We're rating based on best weapon. But Bernice just B tier. I think he's okay. He's fine right now. He's a very hard character to balance. I think he's carried by the fact that his ult is so valuable. Other than that, he's just kind of not that great. Barbara, I'm pretty sure from what I've seen stats, what I've been told from other players, I think this Barbara character is broken right now. I think she used a lot of the new amp characters really well. She's very niche where compared to a lot of the other mages, I think you can compare a little bit to Sylvia, but a lot more extreme than Sylvia, where she's a lot less standard than like, let's say your Adriana, Hayes, Cicella, Carla. She's very good anti-dive, highest burst in the entire game, but very niche in certain comps. Doesn't really get played much, but I think right now she just so much fucking damage that she's just really, really good right now. Alex, probably just B tier. I don't think anyone in Korea is playing Alex that much. He's okay. His biggest upsides are his ult is very, very good, like zone control with insane range. His E, taunt is very good CC. But other than that, I don't think he does too much to separate it, like do too much to like put him over other characters, and he's just fine. Next, Sua, because it's a solo queue tier, so I think Sua is very good in solo queue, probably A tier. I think stat wise, this is just going purely off solo queue, especially in NA. We're doing like it's just like to be the biggest argument for an NA tier list. I think if you put Sua S tier, you're coping though. She's definitely, you could probably argue her for B tier as well, but I think you can put her in A tier, especially in a solo queue tier list. Just very flexible, shuts down certain comps if they don't have enough damage to check her spell shields. Inbuilt healing, very good engage, can play from range, very flexible character. I think very solid A tier bruiser. Leon, I think, is also very good right now. I think we don't see him played much in NA, but I think this character's really good. And Korea Caesar played a lot as well. There's a very good bruiser, insane engage. Engage can turn the entire fight. Ult's insane. Good AoE shielding. I think the character's just very good right now. I think he's almost always going to be good in squads unless his numbers are bad, which they are sometimes. But I think right now Leon's pretty good. 11, just A tier tank. Not much else to say. I think she's outclassed by Mai, Estelle, Lennox, stuff like that. But I think she's just a very good tank, especially as a newer player. Very simple to play. Always does her job. Good, like very good at forcing fights. Easy A tier tank. Tanks in general, like I said, very good right now. Rio, probably most agreed upon S tier right now. Best ADC in the game by far. Best stats in the game by far. Just very simple to play. Very flexible. Works in a ton of comps as long as you have front line. It's pretty much a taking, like you have to deal with on the enemy team. Just very good at front to back. Makes your game plan very simple. Simple to play. Decent self peel. Rio does just infinite damage right now thanks to the armor pen. Very easy S tier. Not much else to say about Rio. William, another character where we're doing this based on, unfortunately in high elo NA we do not have much William players. But when William is played well, I think William is very good. I think you can put William in A tier. He's a much more popular pick in Korea. We just unfortunately don't really have him much in NA. He just has insane mobility, insane damage. Like when you get his fastball, his ADC damage is like top tier, like one of the highest damage ADC in the game. He's very good, very mobile. But until we get more Williams, unfortunately, we don't see him too much in NA. But he's definitely very, very good. He's A tier, I think. Luke is A. Shut up. I think Luke is fine. I mean, I'll put him in. I guess it's like I think it's just hard to put him. Like, would you? Like, you may put him in an A for solo queue, but I just think he just like, especially in tournament, if you want to like eventually transition to tournament, Luke legit is a 0cc melee. That will never do well in tournament. Similar to Abigail, where I think you're neutering yourself if you're playing Abigail. Even though Abigail's broken right now, I think you're just neutering yourself if you're like, you never want a Luke or an Abigail on your tournament team. Yeah, I mean, it's just solo queue, but even then, would you even put Luke for A in solo queue? Like, outside of NA, which is just players, like, I don't think there's a single Luke player in top 100 level. I don't think there's, you'll even find a Luke player in top 200. I don't think you can put a character in NA and an A tier when they don't even have top 200 representation. I think it's just an NA exclusive thing. I couldn't tell you, Chris. But I think that's enough time. Nikki, I think just a consistent bruiser. I think she can argue for A tier, but I think right now her numbers just aren't good enough. Very good lockdown, but much less than that. I don't think she's as good as some of the other ones like Leon or Sue or stuff like that, but she's definitely good. Because Kathy's really good at using her chest piece. Fiora, another kid that we don't really see in NA much. And Fiora, it's very hard to play. I don't really think she's that insane right now. I think right now, I don't think Fiora is that good. I think even in Korea, where you see Amp Fiora normally, we saw the Fiora today we were playing versus, but I think Fiora's stats are bad. I don't think she's seen at all in top 200. I don't think the character's that good. I think she's just way too inconsistent. Like, even if you're the best Fiora player in the world, into other good players, you'll just get half your abilities dodged. She's very squishy. Ever since she lost her ult displacement, she just doesn't have much CC to offer. I don't think Fiora's that good right now. Next, here. For Chara, can you tell me your thoughts on her? I put her in A tier, man. I think her game plan is super simple. She does her job very well. Anyone can play her. She's just there for totem. She makes infinite space for team. I think normally she's not that great, but I think her numbers are just good enough to make her good. She has a very simple game plan, makes space really well. Very valuable. Charlotte. Oh yeah, I forgot. Charlotte's not even on this tier list. I will get to Charlotte later. Next, Zahir. I think he's just your average mage again. I don't think he's as good as any of the other mages. I don't think he's played that much in Korea right now as well. I think he's just too inconsistent. He's not mobile, and his upside isn't that well. His damage isn't very consistent. Skill shot reliant, etc. I don't think he's as good as some of the other mages, but he's definitely not bad. Heart, I think, is an easy, like what? I think A or B tier. I think Heart's pretty good. She's I think she's probably A tier right now. I think she's pretty popular in Korea. She's the most mobile ADC. I think in ADCs in general right now do pretty well. Very mobile, extremely good ultimate as always. Just good mobile, consistent AD carry. She got her range buffed as well. Despite losing her charm being a lot worse, the range buff helps a lot. She's very good. She plays a lot more like a standard ADC now with 3 dashes. ISOL, probably just your average AD carry. I think she's pretty good in NA because I think ISOL's close to the highest DPS. You kind of like need to mind control people. A lot of people in NA will just get impatient and push into ISOL, and he'll just shit on them. But other than that, I think he's just average. He's fine. Not as good as the other AD carries, but he's fine. He's good. Dylan, I think similar to all the other bruisers like Felix, he's just an average bruiser right now. Not that great. Not A tier, but not bad either. Yuki, same thing with all the other bruisers. Not too much upside compared to some of the other bruisers, but not bad. Just throwing a B tier. Hijin, I think he's just a B tier mage. I don't think she's that great right now. I don't think anyone's even playing Hijin that much in Korea. I think she just does not do enough damage compared to the other mages. And like compare her to Hayes, compare her to Scylla, compare her to Adrian. I don't think she's as good. Jackie, C tier. CC-less melee, except even worse because she doesn't have as good consistent backline dive as like say an Abigail. I think Jackie just sucks. Abigail right now, very like obviously this is a solo queue tier list, but I promise you, if you want to eventually get into tournaments, I would eventually advise switching off Abigail. I think this character has never been played in a KR tourney and never done well. I think in NA tourney, it's like I think this character just will never be good in a tourney. She's good right now because she abuses the broken chest piece, and her numbers are oversat right now, and she thrives off bad players, which is what NA is. But after she gets nerfed, she'll drop back down because her kit itself is not that valuable, I think. But right now, she's for sure at least A tier. Alonzo, How would I rate Alonso? Alonso's probably just A tier. Very straightforward tank, similar to Char, which he has a very simple game plan that he executes very well. Stop yapping, Lockney. Let me finish pushing everyone, yes. First. Solo cute. Alonso does his job very cleanly. Not much else to say about it. I don't think he's as good as any of the other tanks, but in certain comps he works very well. Abused the new Ghost Sprite really, really well. Very good lockdown, especially in solo queue. He's a good tank. When we're just looking at stats, she legit has the stats and the pats of your average B tier mage. These stats don't. Your stats are actually good right now. Anyways, no more yapping about that. Arda, same thing. He's okay. Really good lockdown. Immobile mage, but his RW lockdown is insanely good. Not much else to say about it, I think. It's just a very good lockdown. Decent. I don't think he's as good as the other mages. Just easy to beat here. His RW is his main upside. Like, insane lockdown. Probably close to the best lockdown out of any mage in the game. But other than that, it's just your average immobile mage. Marlene, most picked character in the entire game. I don't think she's actually S tier though. Just an A tier bruiser. Very flexible, insane, Yone ult, etc. etc. Like, works in a lot of comps. Even played solo frontline in ERM. Very good character. Most popular character in the game. Very, like, you can, maybe, I don't know if she's S tier, but she's definitely very, very good right now. Next, Kenneth, another easy A tier. Only bruiser that can really solo frontline in the entire game, especially in solo queue. He has pretty much everything. I think after the nerfs, he's definitely fallen off a little bit compared to what he was like last season and back then. But he's still like, can engage, has damage, can solo frontline. Like everything you want in a bruiser train tank. Very, very good. I don't think he's S tier right now though. Lenny, solo queue, D tier. I think you should not, like, as a character in solo queue, I don't think you should be playing these characters. I think like they're very situational picks that don't work all the time. Especially if you're a new player trying to learn the game, I would not play these characters. Leanne. I think Leanne is fine. I think in career she's an average bruiser. I think you can. I think it's solo queue you can definitely look out for. It's just very situational. Like compared to like a Kenneth, she's like her form is like she's like way less consistent Kenneth, but she's definitely good right now. I don't think she's as bad as she used to be. She's gotten like a bunch of buffs since last season, and I think she's solid, but I don't think she's as good as the A tier bruiser still. Magnus, the preseason menace, he's definitely gotten nerfed enough. I don't think he is A tier anymore. I think the other tanks generally do better. He's still very popular because it's Magnus and people like Magnus. He's fun to bike in on, but I don't think he's that insane right now. The main argument for him would be in a solo queue tier list is that you can get away with getting on backline a lot more than you normally can, but I don't think Magnus is as good as I don't think Magnus is as good as Alonso, Jukai, Lennox. Next, Nadine. I think this character's not good. The weird thing is, I think Nadine's not bad. It's just because ADC is such a, every single ADC pilot in Korea, because ADCs are generally easier to play, they just switch to whatever ADC is best. So because she is just, right now Nadine is just a worse version of Rio, no one's playing Nadine. Like, there's no reason to ever pick Nadine over Rio. Theodore, easy A tier. I think Theodore holds probably the highest DPS character in the entire game in a vacuum. Very, very good. Best support probably. Very insane damage. He's legit. You have to focus Theodore. I don't think most comps can't play front to back versus Theodore outside of specific situations. Just very, very good. One circle plays him. Very insane. Infinite damage. Immobile, but other than that, he just has so much upside. I don't think I'd put him in S tier right now though. Could definitely argue for S tier though. Subame, I think even after all the buffs, I think she is still struggling a bit after the rework. I think after a couple more buffs she'll definitely be good, but I don't think she's that great still. Maybe it's a hot take though. I think Subame is probably the hardest character to rate right now because she's fresh off her rework, but I don't think she's that good right now. Vanya, A tier, average train tank, similar to Kenneth, similar to Sua, just very, very good right now. Not much else to say. She goes in there, does a lot of damage, can engage, has good damage, good self survivability, all the above, very solid. Finally, Kadia, just reverse version of Rio. She's A tier though. She's very good, very simple gameplay, very similar to Rio. Not much else to say about her. Probably the simplest ADC in the game. Very good recommendation for new players you want to get into AD carries. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the list. I don't think there's much else to say about it. I think maybe you could throw a mage. Who do you think the best mages in the game is right now? It'd be between Carla, Hayes, Adriana right now, I think. Oh yeah, Charlotte. If I had to rate Charlotte, I'd throw Charlotte probably in. I think she's by far the best pure support, but even then, I don't think you want to solo queue as pure support. She'd probably be in B tier, maybe. I do think it'd probably be Adriana. I think Hayes is always popular. I think she's definitely really good though. I think if you want to put a mage in S tier, it would probably be Adriana. I think Estelle and Maya are by far the best tanks, as they always are normally. I think Lennox is arguable if you want. I think Chloe, Rhea are by far the best AD carries. Laura in general is just broken right now. Adrian's probably the best mage, and then Bruisers. I don't think I'd put any of these Bruisers in S tier right now. But this will be the tier list.
시간이구나. 그렇지?